just a follow-up on the TPP. Was it last week that we had talked to, I think last week we had talked about the idea that Menendez had, in the course of writing the provision, the Fast Track Authority, the Trade Promotion Authority, Menendez had written into the bill that no country that was categorized as a Tier 3 country by the State Department in terms of human rights could be part of any trade deal, or I should say, and the inclusion of a country that was a Tier 3 country in a trade deal would mean that it was not subject to Trade Promotion Authority. In other words, you couldn't fast track a trade deal that included a Tier 3 country. A lot of people at the time thought this was a poison pill in terms of the TPP, because one of the 12 nations involved in the TPP is Malaysia. After 2013, Malaysia was labeled by the State Department a Tier 3 country because of their failure to prosecute huge amounts of human trafficking abuses. The number of prosecutions dropped by half from in 2013, I guess from 2012. So by 2014, or I should say vice versa, 2013 to 2014, the number of prosecutions dropped in half. So the country was designated a Tier 3 country. At one point, this was considered a poison pill. But we reported just last week that the State Department essentially upgraded Malaysia to a Tier 2 status. And they did so despite any material change in Malaysia's behavior. And now the AP is reporting that experts at human rights in the State Department concluded that trafficking conditions had not improved in Malaysia, nor in Cuba, coincidentally. And in China, they had found things had grown worse. However, the State Department senior political staff saw it differently and overruled them. An examination by Reuters shows that the government office set up to independently grade global efforts to fight human trafficking was repeatedly overruled by senior American diplomats and pressured into inflating assessments of 14 strategically important countries in this year's Trafficking in Persons report. In all, the analysts in the Office to Monitor Combat Trafficking in Persons, or JTIP as it's known, disagreed with U.S. diplomatic bureaus on ratings for 17 countries. So, and frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of these countries get dropped down to Tier 3 next year. That much of this was done as window dressing to make sure that Malaysia could be part of the TPP, and the TPP would still be subject to Fast Track Authority. It's really stunning. It's really stunning that we have basically, in the pursuit of getting this deal done, which will give corporations authority over our regulatory regime, that we're just, what are you going to do about human trafficking? But American exceptionalism. Those textbooks in Texas, incidentally, they rewrote them so that the terms American exceptionalism is now in there more prominently. Don't know if they talk about the human trafficking thing. What are you going to do?